Because it's okay to have fear. There's going to be fear associated with practically everything that we do. But the key is, what do you do in spite of the fear? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Marvin here from backsideoffear.com. Now today's video is going to be just a little bit different. We're going to go on a bit of a journey. And before we do that, the main purpose of this video is just to give you an idea of what my thinking process is as I'm going into a meeting. Because I know going into meetings or any social situation can be quite a bit nerve-wracking at times, and sometimes even to the extent that you would want to avoid these types of interactions altogether. And my goal with this particular video is just to help anyone who just wants a little bit of insight as to how you can best handle situations where you're interacting with others in a group setting, and so that you can be the most effective. And now let's go ahead and get going on the journey. Today I'm going to be walking through exactly what I'm thinking about when I'm about to head into a meeting. For today, I'm going to be meeting with 3 different people. We're going to be doing a fundraiser event. So we're getting together to do some brainstorming on how we're going to go about executing this particular event and making it the best event possible. And one of the key components right now I'm just about getting ready to head out. Number one thing I find is to be on time, because if I'm rushing trying to get to any particular meeting for that matter, and I just know I'm gonna be late, then that just stresses me out, because I just want to be on time. And if that does happen, sometimes my speech, my stutter might start to creep up in such circumstances if I'm walking into a meeting already completely 100% stressed out. And another key component is to really visualize what's the purpose of the meeting. So I know it's very clear that we're going to be meeting together to discuss this fundraiser event, and we're there. So I know I'm going to need to share my ideas. That's the starting point there, is to really identify what the goal is for the meeting, what you're trying to accomplish there. And then that way you can start to visualize how it's going to go, what your intention is going into there. Because the less that you can make it about yourself, and the more you can make it about, the team as a whole and the vision that you're trying to put together, the better that you're able to perform. You're focusing on specific actions that you can take, as opposed to faults or inadequacies that you have, which aren't going to help your team. It's not going to help yourself. It's not going to help anybody at all. So, and that's why I really believe that it's important to really set a good intention before going into the event. It says, I need to set that right now. So I know that my intention for this particular event or for this meeting is to help add value to the team and to help express my ideas so that we can put together an effective and fun event. So that'll be my intention, that it was going to help drive my thoughts as well as drive my actions into the direction that I would like it to go. And I'll go ahead and chime back in and at the next point. Right now I'm gonna have to get ready and get out the door. Oftentimes what I will do once I'm going to a situation, just to help get my brain functioning, is I'll listen to various different audiobooks in my car, like such as this is the one that I currently have in here. This book is called The Big Leap. I can't remember who it's by, but I know that for sure the title is called The Big Leap. It just talks about how to condition yourselves to take the big leap into doing something significant. He tells me that he's having, so it's a pretty interesting audiobook. There's a lot of good information within it, so that's certainly one I would recommend. A lot of times I listen to stuff like this just to get my mind thinking about solutions. Because I believe a key component to overcoming stuttering is to be solution oriented, focusing on what is the solution, like what's not working, and what's the solution that can fix the situation. Because I was a firm believer that if the way I'm speaking isn't working, then why would I continue on speaking in that particular way if it's not working? It wouldn't make any sense for me to continue on with a speaking pattern that doesn't work. Perhaps I can find a way of speaking that's much more effective. So that's something I strongly believe in. Now, when I'm going into this particular event, or this meeting, I'm really thinking about what's the goal. This hammering down what the goal is for it, that I can take part in us seeing this goal through. I can play a significant role. And that just helps to boost your confidence, because you feel like you're a part of something. You feel like, you can add value to something. And that anything that you can do to mentally boost your confidence is the key, I believe. Because the more that you boost your confidence, the better. Another key component is that I kind of unconsciously recall various situations where I spoke very well. Some situations speaking with others that I didn't stutter at all. And that's why I believe it's highly important to constantly put yourself in environments that aren't comfortable. That way you can start to develop those particular experiences to call upon, and it makes it a lot easier for you to perform in future situations, because you can recall on like, oh, I remember that time when I spoke fluently, so that way it's possible. It's possible to do it. And that's highly helpful when it comes to overcoming stuttering and being able to speak. One thing that I don't have going into this, because we're just about to pull up into the parking lot, one thing I do not have is doubt of my ability to communicate in this situation. And that's what I want for so many other people, for them to have that belief and that confidence that they can walk into a meeting, walk into a situation, and speak confidently. Because I know for a fact it's possible. And I'll go ahead and debrief how this goes later on. Welcome back. I just left the meeting not too long ago. I met with 3 other people, so there were 4 of us that were meeting to talk about the upcoming fundraiser on December 15th for Quarters for Kids. It's also going to be live streamed as well, so if you want to view the live stream on December 15th, it's at 6:30 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can view the live stream. And the event is going to be put on to help the kids that are homeless. So that's what we're raising money for, is for homeless kids, so that they can have a great Christmas this holiday. Overall, I believe the meeting went quite well. As we discussed before, my large intention going into the event or into the meeting was to add to the discussion. I wanted to take part and work as a team to share ideas on how we can put on an effective and impactful event coming up for the Quarters for Kids. And that was my intention going into it, and it's really believing that I have something to offer, that I can add value to the discussion. Because once you believe that you can take part in an overall vision or goal, then that helps you to put your focus into, like, what can I do to help out? What can I do? And that takes the focus away from focusing on your faults or your inadequacies, etc. And you're more focused on solutions. And what can you do to help the team win? And I believe that's extremely powerful. And this takes a minor shift in your thinking. And that's why a lot of the times I talk about putting fear in perspective. What fear are you feeling? And is it stopping you from performing at your utmost best? Because it's okay to have fear. There's going to be fear associated with practically everything that we do. But the key is, what do you do in spite of the fear is the real question. And then overall, I felt like that meeting went very well. I left the meeting saying everything that I wanted to say as far as adding to the discussion. And that's one thing that hadn't happened for many years, where I wouldn't know if I would be able to get the words out. It's like, why would I even try? It's like, it seemed like it was just too big of a task for me to add to the discussion. I would just rather listen to what everybody else had to say, and like, I don't have anything to add, because all I'm thinking about is how difficult and challenging it will be for me to try to speak. It seemed like too big of a task. And it's just great to just have a firm belief that I can speak, I can add value to the discussion. It's a highly empowering feeling. That's a feeling that I strongly wish on everyone. Everyone should believe that they can add value to the discussion and not fear so much of their inadequacies, because we can all get better each and every day. I believe we came up with some great ideas. We all feel more confident about the upcoming event than we felt going into the meeting. So we had a great discussion to help to move the planning forward. Now I'm just gonna go down to the store real quick. I'm gonna grab some stuff to make a smoothie, because it's been a while. It's been maybe about a week or so since I've had a smoothie. That's typically the way I get my vegetables, because I usually don't eat many vegetables, but I'll go grab some kale, some broccoli, and some other vegetables, and just dump it into a smoothie blender and blend away. Oftentimes what I do when leaving an event or a meeting as such is I'll just have a reflection. I'll reflect on how it went. Like, did it go well? Like, what are some areas of improvement? Like, how did I feel during the event, etc. And as you move on and you find ways in which you did well, find areas of improvement, you start to develop more confidence. You find successes along the way, and that helps to build confidence. It's a giant process that we all can go through and grow. When it comes down to it, whenever you're approaching a social situation, I always believe it's important to have a clear intention going into it. Like, what are you going to bring to the table? Like, how are you going to contribute to the discussion if there's any discussion involved? Or what outcome do you want to achieve? And that really helps to be more solution oriented. It really helps to guide your thoughts, guide your ideas, and helps you to achieve the result that you're after. Now I'm gonna go in and grab my smoothie stuff, and I will certainly talk to you soon. I hope you enjoyed the journey that we had together, and I hope you found it useful on your quest to engage in social interactions. Post in the comments below any points that you found most helpful. And if you have any other tips of your own, feel free to share those in the comments below as well. I'd love to hear your feedback and your ideas on how you best handle situations where you're interacting in a group setting. And remember, it's amazing what you can achieve on the other side of your fears. Subscribe for more videos. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and share it with your friends to help grow the community of action takers. And don't forget to visit me on backsideoffear.com. Have a great rest of your day.